What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Silver Ranch here, back for another Ranch reaction, and I got another song from Paranormal Ponderer here that's done by Aerial Ace, VAMOLA to be specific. I wanted to react to this when the video came out because I listened to this album, or this EP, before the video started coming out, and I actually DM'd Aerial Ace and said that this was actually my favorite song of the EP. I'm not gonna explain why yet. I'll kind of explain it as the song plays. It's 4 minutes. It's got KEETHEWEEB, who she always sounds great. I need to actually listen to more of her stuff. I need to get around to it more and better and hear more of what she drops, because she does some really good stuff as well. But yeah, I'm super excited for this one. I love Aerial's flow, his style, his cadence. It's just, he's got so much swagger to him that makes me really enjoy like his style of hip hop. So I'm ready to jump right into this. If you all enjoy, please do support by dropping likes, comment, subscribe, the whole 9 yards, because all your love and support means the world to me. But before we get into this, a quick word from a partner on my channel. And now a quick word to shout out a partner on my channel, being Dubby Energy. Dubby is a clean energy drink that is meant to give you focuses, no crashes, jitters, nothing, unlike a lot of other energy drinks. They also don't use artificial dyes, which to me I would find super important, since quite frankly I'm not a huge fan of a lot of energy drinks. I think they're super full of chemicals, and just they don't feel supernatural, but Dubby does. They contain vitamins, amino acids, and a solid amount of caffeine to help you focus when you're gaming, working, or taking care of chores or other things that we might not really want to deal with. It helps gives you a lot of energy to get through your day. The process is super simple. All you have to do is pour in some water, tear open a packet, or pour a spoonful from a tub, give the bottle a shake, and boom, you got yourself a simple and delicious energy drink. They are beyond tasty. I got right here a mixture of watermelon, guava, and lime. Like, that is just phenomenal. That's just phenomenal. I never knew I wanted that mixture of those three together, but yes. And along with having a solid price, I just love this company in Dubby. They're super trustworthy, and I love them to death. And if you need any more convincing, if you go down to my description and click the link, or use this code here, Silver_Ranch with capital S and a capital R at checkout, you get 10% off your original purchase, courtesy of Dubby. Thank you so much for being a partner on my channel, Dubby Energy. And now back to the video. Alright, with that out of the way, this is VAMOLA by Aerial Ace and KEETHEWEEB. Let's get into the music. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna make a slight adjustment to the audio. I feel like I have it a little down. You're gonna hear the window ping there. Yeah, is what it is. I feel like I want to keep it a little higher. Okay.
That space, I'm all alone, who'd have thought? My family falling apart, we just connected the scars. That way, I was right there while you fought. Stained glass looking for, God, I barely can talk. Please tell me this a fable, we were just trying to be stable. Snatchback shattered our ankles, mama is spin as a dreidel. Pain run deep in my navel, that's twice they cut our cable. I lived and you wasn't able. Guess heaven needs you for their angels. Why must the righteous go down for the wicked? Mama did nothing but struggle for stitches. She was more man than the ones with the bridges. Still they were hounded like she had no business. Who knew what bones can be so fictitious?
One thing, and I feel like, again, the reason this song kind of really stuck with me it stuck with me so well was this deep level of emotion that, again, a lot of it ties back to, obviously, DANDADAN, so I don't fully know, because, again, I'm only on episode 2, I believe, of DANDADAN. Probably going to use this weekend, go on a binge between that and Windbreaker. Try to see if I can finish both of those this week or next week. But one thing that I want to highlight here was this bit right here. I'm gonna turn this down a tiny bit. It was these lines right here.
Too far. Stained glass like a vote.
I went a little further back than I thought. Okay.
We were just trying to be stable. Snatchback shattered our ankles. Mama is spin as a dreidel. Pain run deep in my navel. That's twice they cut our cable.
The bits of like, you know, we're just trying to be stable. You know, twice they cut our cable, and then this line right here. I think it's this line right here.
I lived and you wasn't able.
I lived and you wasn't able. That's one of the realest lines you could ever imagine, because I feel like that's a really relatable line for a lot of us, because with times have always changed, and at least I can always relate to this because my parents like worked their asses off, sacrificed a lot, struggled a lot, and we all aren't perfect, but it relates to me a lot because they gave up a lot so that I could have a good life, they have the chance to be successful and do a lot with it. So that line kind of really stuck with me. It really does hit a chord like you're right here in my soul.
Pain run deep in my navel. That's twice they cut our cable. I lived and you wasn't able. Guess heaven needs you for their angels. Why must the righteous go down for the wicked? Mama did nothing but struggle for stitches. She was more man.
And another real line right there. Why must the righteous go down for the wicked? It's always the good people who get hurt, and the bad people know how to swerve and duck the law. That's funny. I was thinking about this a lot right now because I scroll on TikTok a lot. This one might just be more of maybe more of a rant or vent video, but it's why I love his writing here, because a lot of what makes Aerial Ace so good is that not just his lyrics are very well produced, and he puts a lot of heart and soul into what he does. A lot of his lyrics are just kind of relatable to life itself outside of a nerdy realm. But I was thinking about this because there's a lot of drama right now going on with Roblox. I don't even play the game. I don't like the game. It's not for me. But somebody who is taking bad people off the internet, specifically predators, and then this guy's named Schleep, he gets banned off Roblox and threatened by a CEO. So I think of that right there. Like, why is it the good people are getting hurt so that the wicked can keep making more money and swerving the law? Like in this case, she's doing what she can for her daughter, I'm assuming, and getting taken advantage of by really shitty men.
Down for the wicked. Mama did nothing but struggle for stitches. She was more man than the ones with the bridges. Still they were hounded like she had no business. Who knew what bones can be so fictitious? Invade our species, infect the niches. Effect on bottleneck, we got no divots. This here is all as rags to their riches. Damn it, those misfits, they got my wish list. All those picnics, all those quick flicks. Speaking uplifted, when I had misclicked, damn it, I missed it. Please, someone just tell me this nightmare will end. Where's my family? Where's my friends? If it's a message, then why won't it send? Lord, let me dance with my mother again.
And I'm guessing, in this case, the little girl here that I'm guessing is older, when in the, there's a flashback to like this girl who's now probably, I'm assuming like somewhere between 15 to 18, something like that, probably high school, who watched her mother just die right in front of her, crash through a screen, and kind of, I'm guessing, like stab wounds from the glass of the door because she got essentially abused by an awful guy. Shit.
Will end. Where's my family? Where's my friends? If it's a message, then why won't it send? Lord, let me dance with my mother again.
What about them? What about the children? Hunts by the millions die. Still without sin, lost in this prison. No one left to guide.
That's bass.
Yeah.
I'm all alone, who'd have thought? My family falling apart. We just connected the scars. That way, I was right there while you fought. Stained glass looking for. God, I barely can talk. Never had light years. Now it's between us, light years. Stuck on the former, you right here. Jacob's ladder talking, I hear. But you would say wrong with this idea.
Wait a minute. I know roughly what that's about, but like, give me 1 sec. I don't like the difference between like being divine and human.
Can talk. Never had light years. Now it's between us, light years. Stuck on the former.
Oh, like I never had light years. I never had times where it felt easy, and that's been between us like light years, like miles apart.
You right here. Jacob's ladder talking, I hear.
That's a good comparison between that and to the Jacob Ladder line. Again, Ariel's flow is, I mean, his pen game also is just insanely underrated. I truthfully believe that.
But you would say wrong with this idea. This life here is quite weird. To learn the unknown, gotta fight fear. Me friends get it, can be a sightseer. Sound like a lot on your shoulders, but you were the push that got at our boulders. Passion smoldered, you.
Oh my God. I know, like I've already heard this. It doesn't change the fact of how good that line is.
Like a lot of your
like how good some of these lines are.
Shoulders, but you were the push that got it up.
That's a lot on your shoulders, but you were the push that guided our boulder. So if you're wondering what, it's a reference to like the idea of Sisyphus pushing the boulder uphill by himself. But like you got the world on your shoulders, but you were that push that guided the boulder up. You were strong enough to work your way through it and find your way, like to push this boulder uphill in a sense, like fight how you're feeling.
Boulders, passion smoldered, you passed your Nova. Colored our world, it's magnum opus. Caution who calling your craft a clover. They thinking it's sweet, then crash their focus. Who back in their yap but a smashed in molar. Viva VAMOLA, grab the solar.
And one thing I've always, like, again, something just simple as the flow he goes on, he's not trying. In other songs, like if you listen to Aerial Ace or just a lot of other music, especially something like DANDADAN. I feel like DANDADAN is something like a lot of people try to go either swag, like built with swag, or it's gonna feel big, ambitious, and kind of meant to feel overpowering in a sense. Like the song meant to like overpower like the instrumental, like it's constant battle between the instrumental and your voice. Whereas this, it's very simple, it's soft, it's simplistic, but it works. It works so well.
To learn the unknown, gotta fight fear. Me friends get it, can be a sightseer. Sound like a lot on your shoulders, but you were the push that got at our boulders. Passion smoldered, you passed your Nova. Colored our world, it's magnum opus. Caution who calling your craft a clover. They thinking it's sweet, then crash their focus. Who back in their yap but a smashed in molar. Viva VAMOLA, grab the solar.
Yeah.
What about the children? Tons by the millions die. Still without sin, lost in this prison. No one left to guide.
That's bass. I'm all alone, who'd have thought? My family falling apart. We just connected the scars. That way, I was right there while you fought. Stained glass like a vote. God, I barely can talk. In a new universe, my star died. Hit a switch in the break like a car light. In perspective, I looked at.
Again, just great. It's the great writing is making this song so good because there's not much else to it. The flow is very solid, but the writing is what's doing the heavy lifting of this song. Whereas other songs of why I like this, maybe that's why it sticks out to me. It's great contrast in retrospect to a lot of Ariel's other songs throughout this EP of Paranormal Ponderer. And if you guys have listened to have been on my channel enough, whether if it's through other music from like Yankagore, Ivy Combs, Steven, if it's more on the musical side, so like Orcadia, Hala, McGuire, or if it's more on the hip hop side like DPS, Ham, Fable, you name it. I've always been someone who loves contrast, And this song sticks out so well within an EP that's already very good as it is, because it's so different. It's so distinct. You can point this song out instantly based on the mood, the tone, and just the overall writing that Ariel did, because it's very serious, it's somber, it's almost sad in a sense. But it's so relatable to a lot of us who have struggled through life, who have watched our parents struggle through life.
I was right there while you fought. Stained glass like a vote. God, I barely can talk.
In a new universe, my star died. Hit a switch in the bank like a car light.
Like just something like that. Hit a switch in a blink like a car light. Like again, turning on your turn signal, or the flashing of your lights with the hazard lights. Stuff like that.
In perspective, I looked at it all wrong, but I promised her I'ma be alright. We done came a long ass way with them hard nights. Body fell right over like frostbite. I can't lie, I was doubtful. This bass I found so soundful. Speech infectious, but clear these tonsils. Drop a call, now extend that convo. +1's contact, I follow. Hands up, held the man's soul gon' holler. Of the soul, what you gon' find Cabo. Caught in the rays, saw it in the days. Reoccurrence, they was brought by the wave. These are things I was taught by the day. Gone, but I can walk your way.
What about the children? What about the millions? What about the sin? I'm all that's left in the end.
Yeah. That was VAMOLA by Ariel with KEETHEWEEB. Yeah. One thing I've always said, even now when I'm at 1,000 subs and I have the money, I mean, I have the ability now to start making money off this stuff, I don't care if my reactions get 1,000 views, 5,000 views, or 10. I love listening to good music. And I love gassing everyone up in this community, because everybody here, and you guys have seen it in my interviews at Nerd on a Mic, from Richie to Ben to Sam to the next guest I have, which I'm not going to spoil yet. It'll probably be next week when I release it, or end of this week, somewhere around that, right before I start school, essentially. It'll be out at the very latest next Sunday, but I'm aiming for like Thursday, Friday of this week. But what I've always loved is everybody in this community has a story on what made them fall in love with anime, what made them fall in love in video games, what made them fall in love with music, because they all have the love for music in there as well. And what makes a song like VAMOLA just so good, to me at least, is it reaches back to a place that's more personal. Even if it's not the goal of what Ariel's trying to do, it goes back to a place that's really personal. You gotta be in tap with your emotions to be able to produce a song as soulful and honestly as somber as this, in retrospect to everything else that he's dropped, like Sideways, like Higher Power, like Evil Eye, like all of them. There's one more and I'm blanking. Give me 1 second to find the name of the song. I want to make sure I get this right. Like Evil Eye, Sideways, Higher Power, or The Evasion. They're all very, not like specifically similar, but they all have like the similar ideas around them. Where VAMOLA, I feel like, stands out so much because it's so deep, it's so somber, and again, it goes back to what I'm saying of the contrast. There is such a contrast between this song and the other 4 songs, which they are all fantastic songs that I think bring out a lot of not just what Ariel Ace can do, but what a lot of people in this community can do. But VAMOLA stands out so well to me because of how deep it is. That's a hard skill to bring in this community, and when you do that, I truthfully believe you are a great artist when you are able to distinguish between being a good rapper or a good musician and a good artist. Because the minute you step towards being a good artist, you know how to be in touch with yourself, your writing, and most importantly, your emotions. That's why this song stands out so much to me. I cannot recommend this song enough to you guys. You do it's phenomenal. I truthfully love this song. So go run this up if you get a chance. You all will not be disappointed in the least. It's phenomenal. And if you enjoyed the reaction, please leave support by dropping a like, comment for more, subscribe to become part of the Ranch Nation while turning on the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on Ranch Reactions, gaming, commentary, music, my podcast, Nerds on the Mic. I got a new episode coming up soon, so make sure y'all keep it tuned. Vlogs, EP album breakdowns, or anything else that I drop on this channel, because all the love and support that y'all leave mean the world to me. It really does. So thank you guys. I love you. And I'm out of here. Peace.